Then we had Sky Blue and Maya World for the Owen Hart quarterfinal match, and the winner will face Athena. And we get Renee at ringside explaining that earlier this week, Maya World lost her younger brother, Jatwan Wilson. Unexpectedly, they didn't state what. Okay, well, Way has pulled this up here, so maybe there are some more details. But yeah, he her
Not
younger.
listed in the actual description.
Okay.
Like no cause of death explained. I did see somebody say like write something on Reddit, but it's not something
Right. Okay. But
I'll
they have
discuss here.
set up a GoFundMe. So yeah, she like lost her brother, and like it makes you wonder. Like, was she?
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, it makes you wonder. Like, did she just come to TV? And because it's not like they knew this match was happening probably this morning. Like, it's only once
I'm feeling like she was asked, or maybe anyway. I would think the invite was given to her to come to work, or at least maybe she might have requested. You know, people cope with like tragedy in different ways, and one of those
we don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'd be curious when they decided that, or when they knew Sareee was not going to be wrestling.
Sure. In any case, like, I mean, clearly, you know, she wanted this, right? My world was open to doing this, and hopefully, this provided some level of, I want to say like, well, I want to say comfort. I want to say like, you know, maybe escape, you know, from the tragedy for at least a few hours, that she could put all her heart into like, you know, doing this match. And just given all the circumstances, you could, of course, understand why she was given this spot as opposed to, you know, like anybody else.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is that you're watching this at home, and it's like this just like shocking like set of circumstances, and I don't think anyone in the arena would have known what they were watching, like the context of it. It's not like they can hear Renee explain this, so they're just watching a cold match. And that's kind of how they treated it. But you, the viewer, were probably way more like invested in this, because you've heard like this, just like the really just is like this shocking statement by Renee. I had to rewind it. I was like, because like it's like I'm half typing, half paying attention.
Yeah, but it's also tricky because it's not the type of thing you want.
I know.
You don't want to, you know, be exploitive, right? So I don't know how they would have handled it, but like again,
it's a tricky situation.
So
I understand that.
Just a note: the GoFundMe for Jatwan Wilson for funeral costs currently at 18,241. As we type this, among the people who have donated are Tony Khan, that we could see, Will Ospreay, Bailey, Renee Young, and Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs, actually. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, obviously condolences to their entire family. It was, you know, very sad set of circumstances. But the match, so we saw Maya drop kicker out of the corner, and then there's a rolling double stomp by Maya. She did this bridging German, and then Blue hits a Liger bomb out of the corner, getting a 2 count. Maya did this cool bridging fallaway slam, and then after a TKO, kicks out, and Blue sets up for the code blue, and it's countered into a bridging jackknife cover, and Maya wins this, and it's like this was just like a shock to the crowd in 11 minutes and 21 seconds, because they probably had like just no thought here. Like you, the viewer at home, were like, there was no way she could lose this match. But if you were just watching this and didn't understand, you would have probably thought, well, Saree's can't wrestle. We know that. And Sky Blue's just going to automatically win this match. And so it like really surprised the crowd. You could tell from the ending here.
The upset still certainly got me, because like I guess I wasn't thinking so much about the brackets and thinking, okay, Sareee was probably going to win this anyway. But I was just maybe more so just thinking, okay, they would put Sky Blue, you know, against Athena perhaps. But in either case, of course it makes sense, you know, like she's unlikely to beat Athena, I think we could say, in the next round. But as far as the performance goes, like I mean, I thought she looked good, you know, like especially those suplexes and pitting combos. So especially like, you know, given everything, like a lot of credit to her for pulling out the performance she did here. A lot of credit to Sky Blue for leading the match, I felt. You know, I'm like, she was given a ton of responsibility here as well.
Then a video airs.
Let me just also say, this was also one of those cases where like I felt very clearly the show might have been running low on time, because I would have so much lingered on Maya World a lot longer before cutting to your next thing on the show. They just like, my world gets this like big upset win. She won, biggest win of her life, like especially given all the circumstance. Let it breathe, right? But they just went right to the next thing. So I would imagine maybe they were running late or something, because otherwise, like this is something massive. They should have let breathe a little more.
Yeah, it's very tricky of how you sort of balance this. It's like this awful, tragedy that occurs, but at the same time, like if you I think you've handled well. Like this Athena match with Maya World, which they haven't announced for next week. So it could be like you have 2 weeks until you do that match, and you could really set this up like this huge upset. You don't even have to necessarily, everyone knows what the story is now. It's not like you have to repeat that and make it feel like icky that you're, hitting people over the head with that. They already know that aspect, but you build up this big upset and tell her story next week in terms of like who this is. And this is the biggest match of her life against Athena. And even in losing, it's a bigger match now because of this upset win.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Well, like you said, it's tricky. Like we'll see what she's comfortable with. I imagine it's still like this has got to be so difficult for her, just, yeah. So, any further idea about what the finals may be on the women's side of things? So we got Monet versus Hazuki next week on Dynamite, and then Athena versus Maya World.
I mean, I unless they just feel like this Maya World thing is something they just want to go all with, I'd be pretty stunned if it's not Athena and Mercedes in the final. That would be my thought.
Yeah. Unless Monet gets screwed somehow. But yeah, no, it's got to be Monet.
To set up the Wembley show, I just that's what I think most assume the final will be. The month of June on the Post Wrestling Cafe is going to feature 2 editions of Rewind Away. Already in your feeds is a retrospective on the career of Manami Toyota. Plus, we are discussing WWE's WrestleMania 33 event from 2017, highlighted by the return of the Hardys, John Cena gets down on one knee, and Roman Reigns attempts to retire The Undertaker. Plus, we have coverage this month of New Japan's Dominion card. It's an Ask Away mailbag show as we take all of your questions. I will be sitting down to chat about UFC Freedom 250 with Neil Flanagan, and so much more. All of that can be yours at postwrestlingcafe.com.